If you're Sec 3 or 4 taking O-level pure physics and you want to score A1 without spending tons of time studying, then the A1 Physics is Singapore's first and only O-level pure physics specialist that gives you huge improvements while cutting down 90% of your study time. And this is exactly how our students have been able to achieve results like this. This is what we do at the A1 Physics. We help Sec 3 and 4s with this one specific subject so that we can confidently say that we are the best in the country for this subject. Now, does this sound like you? I know the content but I can't apply, or I understand the teacher's answers, but there's no way I can think of that myself during exams. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to explain to you exactly why this always happens to physics students every single time. Now let's take a look at these two prelim questions. One is from Dunman High School 2019 and one is from Crescent Girls School 2024. The question from 2019 is very straightforward. It's just a normal vector diagram question, right? But look at the question from 2024. The angle between the forces can be any value from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. Which value of r is not possible? Just in a span of 5 years, the difficulty has increased by so much. Right, and only one thing is clear. The O-level physics game has changed in 2025. What used to work last time will no longer work now with these new kind of questions. So what's the best way to learn physics in 2025 and really secure the A1? In the next few minutes, I'm going to be explaining everything to you. If you don't know me yet, I'm Tsing. I score always for my A-levels, and right now I run the A1 Physics where I help Sec 3 and 4s score A1 for physics. And after personally analyzing 2,000 plus questions from recent exam papers, I'm talking about 2024, even early 2025 exam papers, I noticed a very interesting pattern. For every single topic in physics, so physics got 20 topics. Each topic there are 7 to 8 core concepts that are always tested every time. Every single question in the exam can be grouped under those 7 to 8 core concepts. In other words, for every topic, once you understand these core concepts well, you can score full marks by answering every single question. Cause all the questions is just based on the core concepts. Right, but what exactly is a core concept? Well, a core concept is a concept that is always tested in exams for that topic. It always comes up in the exam, and it's something that's one step further than the content. So it's not found in a textbook, the teachers don't teach this, it's one step ahead of the content. Right, and to really understand what's a core concept, let's take a look at this question over here. So a submarine is moving downwards with a constant velocity. There are 3 different forces acting, which shows the relationship between their magnitudes. Many students might think that the submarine is moving downwards, so the resultant force on the submarine must be downwards, and the answer for this question is B. The weight must be bigger than the drag plus upthrust. But that's because they're missing the core concept. So the content is quite straightforward, right? Resultant force equals to ma. That one is found in the textbook. But the core concept over here is that when it's moving at a constant velocity, there is 0 acceleration. So resultant force acting on the submarine must be 0. Only when you understand this core concept, you can then link the content to the application, and since the submarine is moving at a constant speed, the weight must be equals to the drag plus upthrust. So answer for this question is actually C. And that's exactly what so many students are missing in physics, is the bridge between the content and the application, which is the core concept. Right, and here's the thing. Teachers only teach content and they expect the students to make the link to the application without teaching them the missing link, the core concepts. Which is why you might always feel like I understand the content but I can't apply, or the solution makes sense but I can't think of it myself, or I memorized the formula but I don't know when to use the formula. You are just missing the core concept that links everything together. Right, and here's the harsh truth. Students are expected to find the core concepts themselves. The one thing that links the content to the application, students are expected to figure it out themselves. Which is why right now there's only 2 groups of students who can score A1 for physics. The first group is those that are born super smart, so they can immediately naturally figure out the core concepts that show up in every exam. And the second group of students are those that spend hundreds of hours just brute force practicing all those questions, so eventually they can figure out what are the core concepts. Which is why I'm building the third group of students. Those that quickly learn the core concepts fast and score A1 without needing to be super smart or without needing to spend hundreds of hours just practicing all the questions. Just learn the core concepts fast and learn how to apply. Right, and let's be real, it's 2025. Old ways of learning physics don't work anymore. And that's why I created the 2025 A1 Physics method, where we have a laser focus on understanding core concepts and application. This is the one key thing that helps students succeed in O-level physics in 2025. Just look at my Sec 3 student who has joined me for 2 months and already got an A1 for his Sec 3 WA1. Right now he has a very solid foundation and is well on his way to score A1 for O-levels. Or my other Sec 4 student who went from C6 to A1 in just a span of 2 months for her Sec 4 WA2. Just because we have a laser focus on understanding the core concepts as well as application. Or even my Sec 4 student who was scoring consistent F9s for the whole of Sec 3, Once she joined me for 2 months, she got her first pass for her Sec 4 WA1. And right now she's on her way to do well for O-levels. So as you can see, wherever you are, this method works. By joining the A1 Physics, you get access to live weekly lessons, which is 2 hours per lesson. My signature notes align with the 2025 syllabus, so it's not some old notes, right? It's specially curated notes, just created for the 2025 syllabus. All those important things I condensed inside these notes. 2000 plus practice questions, all very nicely sorted by topic so that you can just target your weaknesses, crash course recordings, as well as definition and formula flashcards, so you never lose marks for a definition question again. And basically everything you need to succeed in O-level physics. And on top of that, I also provide additional consultations with no extra charges if you need the help. Just send me a message on WhatsApp or book a consultation. Overall, my goal over here is very simple. It's just to help you solve physics and make it the least of your worries and score A1. Right, so if you're a Sec 3 or 4 O-level pure physics student and you're hungry to score A1 and you're looking for the highest quality physics tuition just for your specific subject in 2025, just send me a WhatsApp over here to sign up or book a trial.